I think that anytime any group of artists comes together to talk about ideas, that it's a very good thing. I think when you have ideas from different places, different countries, coming into a place, it's forming new ideas and friendships and partnerships, and it's creating a new understanding about different places and different cultures. So every photographer who's showing here has a different project from some part of the world. My work is from Afghanistan. Well, for the long-term projects, what it's about for the students that I'm teaching is that what they're learning to do is focus on a project or a subject. Some people are photographing Georgia, some people are photographing daily life, and it's about looking at something for a long time. You know, in the news, in journalism, we always go in one day, make the report and put it out. In a long-term project, you're going deeper into a subject. You're revealing things that you can't see by doing a one-day project or report on. And I think that this is a different view of something. And so I'm teaching people how to make bigger series of pictures, a bigger essay about a subject that they want to explore deeper. The main difficulties, the challenges that a photographer faces is many projects that are on a subject, if you're doing a long-term project, have difficulty in access. So getting into people's lives, accessing war zones, and it takes time to get past all the different sort of security layers or access into people's lives, into a community that you normally can't get doing a one-day or one-week story in journalism. So what I'm talking about is relationship building, getting to know people who are strangers, being invited into their lives, and learning how to create a deeper connection that will happen in the photographs.
What I love about the festival here in Tbilisi is that it's really brought out the community, you know, from young and old, and that's important to me. I don't want to just reach the photographic community. I want to reach the bigger community as an instructor and also as someone who's exhibiting here. I think I was talking earlier to some of the students. What I hope they get from my workshop and my work is that they can look at their culture and their society and look at stories that maybe people don't want to look at. So I hope the students here, what they want to look at is what are the stories that are hard to tell. I think that's also depends on your generation. I think the students today, the skills that they need to tell the stories are on multiple platforms. So it's about making a great image, and making an image that's moving needs composition, it needs the quality of light and the moment, but also using multiple platforms, you can use the written word, and most of all, you can use audio. And everyone, you know, basically in most of the societies that are doing well have smartphones. To use that technology, they can help tell their story. So it's a still image, it's audio, it's the written word, it's video. All that can come together for this new generation to tell their story.
I think it's a very exciting festival. I think there's a lot of local talent. The spirit's great, and I'm very excited to be part of this festival. I think in the last 10 years, the photography industry has effectively shifted from a film to a digital era. And today we are really talking about sharing information in a much different way. You know, there is the internet, social media, how people consume content, photographs is completely different from what it was before. So I think that the way photography needs to be looked at is totally different. And I think that for the young people or even people who want to be photographers today, you really have to look at a spectrum of skills. It's not just taking photos, it's also being your own editor, being active on social media, being able to record sound, do video, and so on and so forth. So my workshop is really about addressing those issues and how would one be able to cope with today's world. What's amazing is the boundaries are no longer confined within your country. You know, if you are a photographer in Georgia, there is still hope that you could reach out to a market in Europe or a market in America. That's what I do because I'm a photographer based in China, and I find that I'm able to communicate with the rest of the world on jobs as well. So I think the main message is really that there's a lot more potential, there's a lot more possibility of working as a photographer.
I'm actually very happy to be here amongst a lot of very well-regarded. The Art of the Photo Essay, I'm working with students to develop a very well-defined series of photographs about a very specific topic that also includes writing in the form of an essay and captions on the pictures. Well, I think for them it's the development of their skills, not only photographic skills but writing skills, and also an understanding how image and text work together to form something greater than the individual parts. A short advice is basically look at topics that they have a very personal relationship to or feel very strongly about. I think one of the things that makes a successful photo essay is that you have a very strong regard for the subject matter that you're looking at.
Well, I think the Kolga Tbilisi photo is an amazing event, and every year I look forward to it, not only because I give workshops, but because I get to see works from amazing photographers, both the photographers that are participating to our workshops and from the other photographers who give workshops. So it's an amazing occasion for us all together. Well, I try, whenever I do a workshop, I don't think about myself, I think about the participants, which means that I try to spot the strength of the photographers and to work on them. They're amazing, they're brilliant. There is so much variety with them that you go from still life to portraiture to reportage to more conceptual work. And what I see here in Georgia is absolutely brilliant. There is a huge variety of techniques and approaches which can only be celebrated as a great example of photography. And this new generation that are coming up, they are extremely, extremely interesting.